Max believes he's the luckiest dog in all of New York, thanks to Katie. She was looking for a roommate, so he moved in on the first day they met. Their love is stronger than words, or shoes. The only problem is that she leaves almost every day. He tries everything he can to get her to stay, but it never works. Gidget tries talking to Max, but he doesn't really notice her. Elsewhere in the apartment building, owners are leaving their pets for the day. Sweet Pea plays flight games. Chloe tries to resist the giant turkey in the fridge, but ultimately fails, and then finds the cake. Mel can hardly keep it together while he watches a squirrel out the window. The Doxy loves the mixer's belly scratches. Contrary to his owner's taste for classical music, Leonard prefers metal. Chloe comes over, and Max wonders where the people go all day. Like a stereotypical cat, she doesn't care. Mel arrives with Sweet Pea too, and recounts his owner drugging him and taking him into the sky, with suitcases. The others find this hard to believe. The guinea pig is still looking for his apartment, even though it's been weeks. The Doxy pays a visit too, having found the ball that Max lost a while ago. He can't wait to show it to Katie. Unbeknownst to him, Katie would return with a giant dog, named Duke. Max is very upset, even before Duke gets credit for finding the ball and popping it. She gives them each a goodnight kiss, and Max can't believe it. Duke uses his size to take over Max's bed, so Max rushes into Katie's room to tell her she should get rid of Duke. He heard Max's attempt, so now they aren't on good terms. Max vents to Chloe, but she doesn't help because she doesn't approve of dogs or dog people. She does say that if Max doesn't do something about this, he'll never have a relationship with Katie again. He's gotta act like an alpha dog. After Duke eats all the food, he accidentally breaks a vase, which gives Max an idea. He starts trashing the apartment to frame Duke. It persuades him to listen to Max, so he doesn't lose his new home. While on a walk with a dog walker, Max orders Duke to fetch him a stick. This gives Duke a way to kidnap Max and try to abandon him in an alley, but instead they encounter a scary cat named Ozone, who wants to fight. He eats Max's collar before more cats emerge. Duke runs, leaving Max behind. He's flung into the air and turned into a cat toy. He lands on the ground just in time for him and Duke to be captured by animal control. The dog walker and other dogs fail to notice their absence. Duke says Katie just got him from the pound, so if he goes back, it'll be the end of the line for him. When Gidget notices Max hasn't returned with the dog walker, her soap opera encourages her to go save him. She scares the fur off Chloe and lets her know she's going to find Max. An adorable bunny named Snowball hops out of the sewer so he and his friends can hijack the truck and free their friend. After the truck crashes, he tells Duke and Max that he's the leader of a gang called the Flushed Pets. The members have rejected animals who have been abandoned by their past owners. Max and Duke pretend to be tough, saying they burned their collars and eliminated their owner. The bunny and his friends are super impressed, so he lets them out, on the condition that they obey his every command. They jump into the sewer. Gidget goes up to the roof and is persuaded to release a hawk that tries to eat her. He apologizes, blaming his killer instincts. Gidget feels bad that he doesn't have any friends, so she tells him if he finds Max, she'll spend time with him every day. She tells him what Max looks like, so he leaves to find him. Snowball gives the snake guards a new password, which is, "Don't ask the leader for the password." Then he introduces them to a ton of animals, all scorned by owners in the past. Snowball puts them on the spot, expecting to hear the story of how they eliminated their owner. They start by saying they used a spoon, but when Snowball doubts them, Duke changes it to a blender. The bunny says his owner did magic tricks, but the worst trick was when he made him disappear from his life. Duke and Max are then ushered off to their initiation. The hawk brings Ozone to Gidget, where he barfs up Max's collar. After some torture, he admits Max was taken into the sewers. The initiation involves a venomous snake bite, but just before Max is marked by Viper, the alley cats interrupt by asking why they're initiating house pets. The truth comes out, and Snowball isn't happy. He orders a hit on Duke and Max. Chaos erupts as they try to stay alive, but the only casualty ends up being Viper the snake. Snowball grieves heavily, even though Viper probably had this coming, considering how many people he bit. Gidget goes back to the other house pets for help finding Max. They're scared to venture out into the city, and aren't very fond of her hawk friend. Chloe reminds them that Max has helped each pet in one way or another, so he deserves their heroic rescue. Max and Duke are literally being flushed away in the sewers, and end up in the river. They climb onto a boat headed towards Brooklyn, the opposite direction of Katie's apartment. Snowball sees them, and swears revenge. Gidget and the others arrive at Pop's place, an apartment that's dedicated as the local pet hotspot. Chloe accidentally ends up in the dishwasher and then is covered in snacks, all caught on video by a little puppy dog. Pop knows everyone in the city, and he agrees to help them find Max, only after he immediately falls for Chloe. Max and Duke are hungry now, and try to brainstorm for any way to get home. Duke gets a whiff of sausages, so they happily travel to find the source. Gidget and the group of pets follow Pops into the sewers. On the route, Chloe sees her embarrassing video has gone viral. Max and Duke find the sausage factory, where they eat all they can and have a magical time together. In the sewer, it's a gloomy atmosphere even before Pop notices Viper's grieving crowd. Pop decides they're crazy and turns around to leave, but Gidget hears Snowball vow revenge on Max. She stands up to him without a plan, so Snowball orders their capture. They all run for it. With full bellies, Max and Duke admit they could be friends. Duke says his first owner used to live right by this factory. At first, he doesn't want to say more, but Max listens eagerly, so he tells him how wonderful this man was. Duke got out one night and chased a butterfly or a car until he ate it, then he realized he was lost. Animal control got him and his owner never came to get him. For that reason, Duke doesn't want to go back to his old house. Max encourages him, and says his owner would be thrilled to see him. The pets are ready to give up on Max, but Gidget is not. Duke finds his old house, but he's got a bad feeling about it. The car is new, and there's a cat on his porch. The cat says the old guy that used to live here passed away. Duke is broken-hearted and can't accept it. The family returns home, but Duke scares them, so they stay in the car and call animal control. Before he's taken away, Duke tells Max to get back to Katie. Snowball and a few members of his gang are dressed in disguise until they find Max, chasing the animal control truck. After a scuffle, Max and Snowball are the only ones that aren't captured. Considering the situation, Snowball says they need to team up. They hijack a bus and crash it into the animal control truck on the Brooklyn Bridge. Suddenly, the rest of the flushed pets arrive to help Snowball, and they aren't happy to see him in Max's mouth. All the delirious Snowball can say is, "The raccoon's lying. He's not the president." Gidget arrives and starts taking down animals left and right to save Max. He finally notices her, and is amazed. The animal control truck is about to fall from the scaffolding, into the water. Max is able to grab the keys before the truck falls, and quickly begins to sink. The water pulls the keys away, and just when all hope seems lost, Snowball jumps into the river to save them. The animals all fit into a hijacked cab to get back to the apartment building. Max admits he failed to notice that Gidget, the one he was meant to love, was right there all along. Before Snowball can get back into the sewer, a little girl picks him up and promises to love him forever. She completely breaks his resolve in a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, across New York, owners arrive home to their pets after a long day. The guinea pig has finally found his apartment. Sweet Pea eats seeds off her owner's head. Max and Duke welcome home Katie, then Max welcomes home Duke.